There is no reason in 2024 you should be scrolling for hours on Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Crunchyroll, whatever, when you got me right here, Mr. Roger Review. Welcome to my neighborhood. I give my honest opinion on movies, TV shows, anime, and I play the game from time to time. So if you need something to watch, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click the bell notification. With that being said, here are 10 shows you should be checking out right now. Pantheon is a severely underrated and underappreciated gem of a show. And when I say underappreciated, I mean its own network gave it a boot for whatever reason. I don't know. I can look into it, I'm pretty sure. And I'm pretty sure somebody gonna tell me in the comments. But all I know is AMC dropped it off its catalog. That means it's an AMC show, but you can't find it on its platform. It doesn't make any sense because this show is awesome. Gives you Matrix vibes. It gives you a psychological conundrum of ethic, moral issues. It is complex. That's the main thing about it. You see, in Pantheon, they have figured out a way to upload a human conscious into cyberspace. It's not artificial intelligence. It's uploaded intelligence where the person is actually living inside a computer and they can do what their imagination takes them. The only issue is they're burning through their data the more things they do, so they don't have that much time to live. So they're trying to figure out the exact reason for that issue and fix it, but there's no fixing it right now. The story follows a girl who lost her dad 2 years prior, just to find out that he is now alive inside a computer and she's trying to save him. It has a lot of twists and turns. The animation go crazy because, like I said, the person in the computer can do whatever they want as long as they have the imagination and the know-how to do it. And it's a very smart show. I think a lot of people who love The Matrix, Inception, I feel like you will really enjoy this one. And now that the first season's on Netflix, a lot of people can actually grow to love this show and watch the second season on YouTube. Next up is Interior Chinatown. It's a new one that's on Hulu. It takes all the Asian stereotypes of old 90s Hollywood and even sometimes now and pretty much exploits it. A lot of Asian characters back in the day were just the kung fu guy or the intellect guy, the person who knows tech. They don't get that much screen time. They show up, they fight, or they fix a technical problem and they go back into the background. Interior Chinatown takes that and have a main character who is really a side character within a TV show, and he starts to break the tropes of that TV show, and it messes up everything. The world starts to glitch and things starts to change around him, from his character archetype to his mom's character archetype to his best friend. Everybody changes. It's a little confusing, but it is a good complex story that I think a lot of people will enjoy. Very interesting watch. Has some good fight scenes. It's mostly an artsy, trippy type of series. Get into some British spy thriller. The Day of the Jackal is a series based off a book that also had a couple movies made after it. The Day of the Jackal is phenomenal. It is a good watch. It's intense. It's thrilling. The acting is on point. A lot of people might not like Lashana Lynch, but I think she's giving it her all. But my man Eddie Raymond is doing his thing on this one. You hear me? He is very quiet. He's stoic. He's intense. He's what's the word I'm looking for? Intricate. That's not it. He's very tedious, and his performance is just, he looks like a Poindexter, but at the same time, you know not to mess with him. You know, like, looks can be deceiving, and he's the definition of that. You look up deceiving, you got Eddie Redmayne right there. Great acting. The story is the Jackal is a hitman who target high profile people like CEOs, kind of like the United Health thing. I'm just gonna put it out there. It might have been the Jackal who did it. I don't think nobody's gonna find him. He gets paid to do a job. Lashana Lynch works for MI6. This assassination on his Munich leader doesn't fall on Britain, so her job is to make sure that doesn't happen. And she is almost a villain in her own self on how she gets her job done. That's what makes the Day of the Jackal really interesting, because do you turn into the thing that you're trying to catch? Do you become the monster? Do you become the predator? You know, going back to another spy thriller, we got The Agency. The Agency is about the CIA, and it follows Michael Fassbender as he is a returning agent who is in a deep cover for over 6 years, had a girlfriend and everything, and they just pulled him out kind of sporadically. But at the same time, you had another agent who was detained for being drunk, and now he's missing. And this agent has vital information about other agents out there in the world, gathering information for the USA when they're not supposed to be doing it. That what makes him a spy. And Michael Fassbender is torn between his love and his country and trying to help them find his agent. It's intense. It's shot very well. It also stars Jeffrey Wright, Richard Reed, Harriet Sansom Harris. The cast is stacked. and it is written very well. It is shot very well. The cinematography on this one is amazing. I love how they zoom in on a smaller person within a large crowd. It makes you feel insignificant when it comes to how big the world really is. Like, I know a lot of people say, oh, it's a small world when you bump into somebody at the market you haven't seen in 5 years, but really the chances of that is astronomical. If you really think about it, you can go to another country and just disappear, and that's what the agency makes you feel like. Well, that's what the agency made me feel like anyway. So it is intense. The first couple episodes is out now. I have a whole video on Orb, the movements of the planet Earth, and this last episode, and I talked about up to episode 7, but these last 2 episodes have gotten really intense, especially episode 11. And if you haven't been watching it, I understand, because a lot of anime fans want something a little more fast paced, like Don or Solo Leveling or something like that, where it's like action packed and over the top. This ain't that. This is intense thriller. People talking, they making plans, somebody throw a wrench in those plans, they got to figure out how to move and without getting killed. And this last episode was so good. Like, everything is at the high, and then boom, Inquisitor shows up. So if you haven't watched my video about or the movies on planet Earth, please watch it. I give a good detailed information about it, but I do highly recommend it. It's streaming on Netflix. James Gunn Creature Commandos first 2 episodes is out, and I gotta say, this might be up there with X-Men 97, which is also a great watch on Disney Plus. Creature Commandos on Max is phenomenal. It is those first 2 episodes blew me away. I didn't expect to like it so much. I like James Gunn. I like everything he did with Guardians of the Galaxy. I like what he did with the new Suicide Squad film. My expectations were high for Creature Commandos, and they met them and exceeded them. The animation is clean. The voice acting is great. The fights are dope. The music, some placement was a little weird, but the music was very entertaining. It's funny, has some good Easter eggs in there, and the story itself is good. It's a good starting point for these first 2 episodes. It's a good watch. It's fun. It's excellent. I really enjoyed it. So if you haven't watched any of the Dune series, Dune 1, Dune 2, if you're not a Timothée Chalamet fan, okay, cool. If you're not a Zendaya fan, all right, get it. Dune Prophecy. It's only 6 episodes. We got 3. Has been great. It's been really good. I will put that stamp on it. It is a must watch. Even if you're not into the first 2 Dunes, they do a good job bringing you up to speed on what's going on, because this is set 10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, main character of the Dune series. So you don't really have to worry about what's going on in Dune 1 or Dune 2 to figure out what's going on in Dune Prophecy. Yes, they're gonna say a couple house names, they're gonna say a couple things that relate to the first movie, but I don't think you need to be up to speed on Dune lore to enjoy Prophecy, because it's a story within its own self. So for someone who hasn't read the books, I am definitely enjoying Dune Prophecy, because for one, it looks amazing. It looks like futuristic Game of Thrones first season. Gotta throw that first season out there. It has a lot of characters, a lot of moving pieces. Story is interesting. I like the acting. The actors are phenomenal. Excited to see how this story ends. I hope they bring it back, because it's a good watch. It's a beautiful show. Must watch. I love Ella Purnell. She is really good. I loved her in Fallout. I loved her in Yellow Jackets. I loved her not so much in the Army of the Dead. That film, I did not like it at all, but she was okay. Her and Sweetpea, she's in her bag. Straight up body this role. So glad it got renewed for a 2nd season already. All right, Sweetpea follows a girl who was bullied all through high school, causing her to have this social anxiety, awkwardness throughout her life, where she just feels like no one sees her. So in her mind, she's like, I'm tired of being stepped on. I'm tired of being the lapdog for everybody, the butt of everyone's joke. It is very good. It's interesting. It's suspenseful. The acting is on point. I love Ella Purnell. She is amazing. She's up there to like Florence Pugh, Lashana Lynch for me, Nicole Beharty, those new upcoming faces of just great acting. I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. And if you haven't watched it, or if you was planning on binging it and you just forgot about it, shame on you, because The Penguin is amazing. 10 out of 10 show for me. Flawless execution, from the acting to the editing to the set pieces to the costume design, because Colin Farrell looks incredible as the Penguin. And when I say incredible, I mean incredible as in the makeup makes him unrecognizable, and he just fits into that bodysuit and becomes the Penguin, you would think they ripped him right out of the comic books. It was great. I love me some Danny DeVito, and I like Danny DeVito's interpretation of the Penguin. He didn't need a bodysuit, he just needed a little bit of makeup and long johns apparently. But he did a great job as the Penguin as well. But I think Colin Farrell did a better job. Danny, I love you. You are a legend, but I think Colin Farrell has tipped you over. And shout out to the 70s Penguin, you know, with the, I want to say the purple suits. Yeah, shout out to him. The acting, the story was just crazy. Kristen Milioti did a phenomenal job. She was cold-blooded, scary. Those eyes are beautiful. You know how we can say, I can fix her? I don't even want to fix her. I just want to be with her. I love her cold exterior. The story itself, man, it was so epic. That's the best way I can put it. It was epic. The way the Penguin talked his way out of things, his big secret of his past was heartbreaking. And my boy Vic, oh my God. Clancy Brown also did a good job as Salvatore. Oh my God, that was good. Theo Rossi, I hope to see big things for him in the future. We all saw the Easter eggs. I hope to see big things for him, because if not, he can go down as one of the most wasted characters of all time. But the Penguin is streaming on Max. Check it out. And last but certainly not least, I gotta give my shout out to one of my favorite shows of the past 5-10 years, and that is From. Harold Perrineau, Ricky Hay, Elizabeth Saunders, David Alplay, Catalina Sandino, Elon Bailey, Sean Majunder, Corton Moore, I wanna say, Scott McCord, Chloe Van Lanscoot, I hope I said that name right, Avery Conrad. Everybody that was on From has done an incredible job. The writers are keeping me engaged. It is very mysterious. A lot of people are saying they do not understand the show. They don't have answers. They want to know what's going on. They hope it don't get dragged out. All that stuff. And I'm sitting here like, I loved it. I don't know what y'all talking about. So if you don't know about From, let me break it down to you real quick. From is about a group of people stuck in a pocket dimension where they cannot escape. They all have the same story of how they got there. They're driving, it could be out of state or a back road or something, and they see a tree that is blocking their way. They turn around and drive back and enter a town, and once you enter a town, it's too late. Once you see that tree, it's too late. If you're reading this, it's too late. Within this town, meet people that are living their lives. They go to a diner, they eat. It seems like it's just a quiet country town, but in reality, they are in a nightmare. And at night, these people come from the woods. They're dressed in like milkman outfits, cheerleading outfits, all kind of weird things that you would see maybe in the 1950s. And they knock on the door and they try to get people to come out. These are monsters. They are shapeshifters. They turn into these people to try to trick them into coming out so they can rip them apart. It is brutal. It is scary. It's horrific. The only thing that are saving these people are these talismans that people hang up by their door that protects them from letting the monsters in. If you don't have the talisman up, you are screwed. You are dead. What really makes this scary for a lot of people is the fact that, yes, just don't go out at night. Yeah. But the mind game of being trapped there forever is terrifying. You're trapped in a small town with limited resources forever. What are you gonna do? Everything kicks off when this family and this rich mogul crash in the town, and things starts to kind of ramp up from there. And you have certain people who want to try to get out, and you have certain people who are content with living there. And people clash, they butt heads all the time about what they should do. Should they just survive or should they try to escape? And that is the pretty much nutshell of From. And I think it's a perfect watch for anybody who wants sci-fi, thrilling, horror, mystery. From is an amazing show. It's streaming on MGM Plus, but you can also watch the first 2 seasons on Prime. Hey, check those out. That is 10 shows that you can watch right now where to stream them. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. I always have something to watch. Listen, I talk about movies, I talk about TV shows, I talk about anime, and I play video games. It's a one-stop shop. You hear me? A one-stop shop. Even if you don't agree with me, you now have a title that you want to check out or something that you want to play. So what you got to lose? Hit me up. I'm Mr. Rogers Review. Y'all have a good day. Be easy and take care of yourself. Peace.